approve this message. I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I know that you're saying, wait a minute, what happened? It was green behind me, and he's wearing pink, and this is the EJ Rescue. Hi, this is New Year's Eve, so to speak. You know, I'm feeling like Dick Clark a little bit, or what's the new dude that took over his spot? Ryan Seacrest, that's right. You know, but it'll always be Dick Clark to me. Okay, rocking New Year's Eve, because you know what happens is tonight is our New Year's Eve, because tonight at 9 o'clock West Coast, because we're in LA, it will be midnight in New York, which will be October the 11th. Breeder X premiere. So I don't know if anybody's having Breeder X parties tonight, but you know, you can do one like I do it. You know, just have your own Breeder X party right at home, you know, just sitting at home, Breeder X, you and the champagne, or you and a big beer, or you and a big girl, or you and a big guy, or you and a big dog, you know, whatever it is. Most likely, you guys may not see this. No, you might see it today. I think we'll get this up today. Yeah, why not? This episode before, but Breeder X, it's been a year of hard work, and I want to thank everybody. As I said, I want to thank everyone who has participated, and it's going to be exciting. You know, finally, something different in the animal world to be a different voice, a different mode of speaking, a different way of communicating, a different way of trying to get people to listen, to pay attention to the messages that we all want to get out there, you know. Adoption, rescue, overbreeding, the backyard breeding, dog fighting, animal abuse. You know, the public has become deaf. You know, they don't hear the message. They don't hear the why. Can you, what is it? You understand the words coming out of my mouth? Okay, Chris Tucker made that famous, man. Well, that's what we want to do. We want to get people back to understanding the words coming out of our mouth. And, you know, because of certain groups, they become deaf. As we know, they don't hear it. They see you guys and hear you guys in the wrong way. And what we're going to do is change that conversation, change the way people hear you, change the way people listen, change the way people respond. It's education through entertainment. That's what we do. That's what we're about. And we're just putting our best foot forward to try to make that happen. So we can't wait. You know, I'm excited. I'll be honest with you. Put a lot of work into it, man, and it's interesting, you know, and I can't relax, because as soon as, you know, just finished episode 1, the whole sweetening process. You know, production, writing, getting it all together is one thing, but when, you know, we're doing a high quality show. You know, this isn't the type of thing that you just find somebody with a little bitty camera and they go out there and they do a bunch of selfies type stuff and throw it up there. You know, I've tried to be consistent with the type of thing that we do, and it'll be interesting. I gave a sneak peek to Fred Cray. I hope he got a chance to look at it, you know, and download it. I shot him off a rough of the finished thing, and to get some feedback for you guys, you know, just to see what, you know, someone who is, and Fred's not necessarily the general public, but at least he's honest, and we'll get some feedback from him in a few minutes. We're going to talk to Fred after a while. And, you know, Danny is, hey, Bub, he's in Miami for a good friend's wedding, and so it's you know, return the wedding favor kind of thing. You know, what, Danny got married, wow, man, 9 months ago already. That's amazing. 8 months ago already. That's how time flies, you know. So he's out of town in Miami. Hope he's having a good time. Oh, excuse me. You can tell I've been sleeping regularly. Breeder hasn't affected my life. And so what else? Oh, Paula, hope you're better, dear. I got a message from Paula today, so she's back, feeling somewhat better, and hopefully she can talk soon and we can get her some dogs saved and rescued and adopted on this show. Okay, so so much for that. And it's all about Breeder X today, man. We're going to be doing some freeway events. That's the one thing, I guess the most important thing. We're going to be doing some events in Los Angeles. Now, everybody that's here in LA, you can participate. The people who aren't in Los Angeles, you'll be able to participate too, because you can have simultaneous events around the country and different little promo things. So what we're gonna do probably is after everyone sees, after the premiere tonight, you know, and tomorrow, and everyone can see the show and know what it's about and know what we're doing, then everyone can you know, jump on board and even more want to help and participate in promoting it. You know, so we're gonna have our freeway events, and that is, it's called Freeway Blogging, just so you know. And we're gonna try to have 50 to 100 people and pit bulls over the freeway, the Hollywood freeway specifically, in Los Angeles from like 6:30 in the morning till like 9:30 or 10 when traffic is its greatest. And we've got banners and signs and things of that nature that say Breeder X, and you know, we're gonna make this thing pop. It's Pitbull Awareness Month, so unless you got something better going on for Pitbull Awareness Month, something you can do. If you do, let us know. If not, or even if you do, support this thing, push some stuff, push some buttons, make it happen, and you know, that's what we're gonna do. So it is. We're gonna come right back with Fred Cray. We're gonna pay some bills right now, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right? See ya.
You tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
Hey, here we are. Just look at that. It's just like in the big time movies where we're moving around this studio. All right, so much for the hat. So anyway, what we're gonna do is, I just got something in the mail. Look at this, man. All right, those are our Breeder X banners. It's Breeder X Day around here, folks. That's right. We are just all about Breeder X because it has taken a year, and we're gonna launch. And Chris, can you bring Fred Cray in? Anybody else that's out there today that may be Skyping, because you guys didn't even know we were going to have a show, but I had to do this because this is a special day. And normally, if everybody, with Paula being down and ill and with Danny being out of town, you know, I wouldn't have a show. But, you know, like I say, this is New Year's Eve for us in a way, you know. This is the big day. We've been trying to get here for a long time, and we're finally there. So, is Fred there? Yeah. Hello, Dr. Cray?
I think I'm there.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. I guess I should turn my headset up. Oh, there you are. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, I'm good. It's Breeder X Day, man.
Well, I did watch the first episode.
You did get to see it?
I did get to see it.
Sorry about that.
Actually, you know, believe it or not, was able to get the download and watch it, and it's great.
You like
great.
it?
I mean, I think the production values are good. The story is good. You got it, and you ended it at just the right spot.
I did.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad everyone, you gotta see if you agree with Fred, you know, about the ending, you know, because the beginning is important, but the ending is always just as important. So I'm glad to hear that, Fred. You know.
Yeah, and I thought that you know, when you said this isn't something with a little bitty camera, I mean, this is really like a movie with real actors, and it's in HD, and you know, it's very professionally done, obviously by you because you know what you're doing. But I think people are going to be surprised at how good it is, the production values, and I think. You know, although some of the stuff in there might be a little squeamish about it, you don't really, it's not graphic. At least the first episode isn't graphic. It's It's an imaginative graphic, but
yeah.
But I think, you know, as I said last week, you know, I think a lot of us would like to see stronger animal abuse laws, more, you know, better sentencing for animal abuse, and which of course, you know, is a problem in many states that, you know, they just don't treat it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, you know, I think it's a good start.
Well, I tell you, man, you said a couple of things that I kind of wanted to respond to, but first, thank you, and I know that, you know, you're totally honest, you know, because we've had those conversations, and if it was a piece of crap, you know, you'd say, well, Foster, I'd rather not say anything, you know, so that's a good thing, number one. Number two, you know, I did try to, you know, one, to have the quality there, because what I did is, Fred, a year or two ago, you know, when I thought about starting this whole road, I looked at the web series, you know, the whole genre that is out there, and I have to say that 95% of it was just crap. You know, it's nothing that is done. You know, and I don't want to put people down in terms of their work. At least they made an effort and stuff. But I don't want to say not professional, but definitely, you know, it's more like amateur hour. You know. Where people just took the camera and
it takes a lot of work to do what you did, and I don't know how you're going to keep up that pace once you start producing the next, you know, the next and the next. I mean, it's going to be daunting.
Right. Well, and you're totally right. You know, but it's part of. We shot quite a bit, so getting off, to the first few episodes is pretty much on lock. I've got those done already,
Yeah.
and hopefully, what the plan is to, get some attention for the public to see that, oh wow, this is something different. This is something I like to participate in, and watch and tell other people about, and then we will we'll get the funding, we will get one of the networks, hopefully, like I say, my favorite, I believe we're an AMC show. I believe we're a FX show. I believe we're a Showtime show, So if we can get any of those, it's over, it's over. Let me ask you this, because, you've been involved and I've told you repeatedly as things, but what surprised you by watching and anybody that's just tuning in, Fred, I sent Fred a preview of the premiere episode that's premiering tonight at midnight New York time, just like Dick Clark. We're dropping the ball in New York. So in LA, it would be 9 o'clock. And so if you're having a party, don't miss it. But even if you do, you can have New Year's again and again and again, because it's not going away. But Fred, was there anything in there that I hadn't told you, or you didn't see coming, or you saw different?
I'll tell you, I was surprised that you took my advice about how to start the whole thing off. Because you were very adamant that you wanted to do it, a certain way, and I was saying, you really, I'm not going to say anything, concrete because it spoils somebody watching it, but I felt that that there had to be a different beginning to give context to what happens, and you did that.
And that worked, huh? It kind of, it's, yeah, because it's not what people think, right? It's not, it's what people think from the trailer is one thing, and well, that's good to know, because
I just think it gives it a whole more, a deeper level of understanding and a more context in which to accept some of the violent acts that subsequently occur.
Mm-hmm. And do you think it's we'll get any media? Because with my little non-existent budget, the media is the thing that that we've not had. Now I want to say this: a good thing that happened is when you Google web series. We're on we're at the bottom of the page, but we're on the first page of Google, man. Breeder X, and when they talk about web series, because there's a lot of web series and web series channels and different things out there, but we're just a fledgling. Nobody knows about us at all. Little project, but to make the front page of Google on web series, on a web series search. For me, that's major, because, there's so many web series just trying to find an audience, and I'm hoping that hey, Fred, I wanted to introduce you to somebody that came by the studio to bring our Breeder X banners that we're going to be having up with our freeway events, man, is Richard and Gloria, and I see Gloria just slid out of the way. That's Richard and Gloria. Richard is one of the, wonderful, wonderful people, wonderful two people, I'll say, who actually liked the idea that I was doing and actually went in his pocket and wrote a check, be it small or large, it was a check, that's right. And get the banner. Can we get? Oh no, we can't. Anyway, but so Richard came in today, and I begged him to come in the studio. Richard, meet Fred. Richard.
Hey, Fred. Happy to meet you.
Hey. How's it going?
So I can say without Richard, and Richard is a major animal lover and supporter. Fred. Richard must have like 9 cats and 6 dogs. It's like he's got a little farm, man. You go out there and is that Riverside or Orange County?
Orange County.
Orange County. Richard is in Orange County, California.
Sad, but true.
And he's got a little farm, man. It's like, you know, he's got some animals. So we got introduced, and it was a wonderful relationship. And I must say, you know, without Richard, it would have been very difficult, if at all, to get this far. So, Richard, I want to thank you and all of the animal people out there who know that these messages need to get out. Thank you so much for participating. So, Fred, what else can? So the beginning, the beginning and the end made you happy. That's good. And
Yes.
and so is Jack Bellamy an interesting guy so far?
Yes, and I think that there's more backstory to come that will make him even more interesting.
Yes, it is, because his father is an interesting character. You know,
But I also would say that, you know, if you want to get some publicity for this, you really ought to send out some press releases to, like, the Huffington Post. Aaron Greenwood over there might give you some press coverage.
Okay.
She's very pro Pitbull. You know, there's some people out there that you know, if you could just get something
right.
in the media, that it would bring interest. And I would suggest Aaron Greenwood from the HuffPost, and I guess there's Cindy Marabito from the National Examiner.
Okay.
The Examiner. Both of those people are people that you might send a press release to and a link, and you know, hope that they would do something with it.
Cool. Well,
Because that's what it's all about. It's all about
right.
getting that snowball up to the top of the hill and then letting it roll down.
That's right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to you on those names and definitely do that because, and this has been my hope, my plan or whatever, because, you know, as one individual, I can only do so much. And that has been to just get it to what you said, the words that you said is different, it's surprising, it's interesting, and it speaks to, you know, things on a different level, and then let it create its own, you know, its life of its own. My hope is that the press will hear about it from the reactions of people, and it'll just become, you know, something in part of social media, and I won't have to beg as hard. The press will, you know, come to me because, you know, all the things you said, man, it's different and it's high quality. It's not slock, you know, and it'll be interesting. That's why, you know, I'm just blowing it out there because, you know, Fred, we've all seen even with Hollywood, with big movies that have the $50-70 million budgets, much less the 70 cents budgets that I had, and they have $3 million promo budget, and they promote it, and the record company can promote it, and people don't pay attention to it because it comes back down to the art. You know, if the movie doesn't have anything to touch the passion in people, if the record doesn't have that thing that makes people want to feel it and be part of it, and then it's, you know, we've seen how many big multi-million-dollar flops. And we've seen the little movies like the Blair Witches and stuff that come along and, you know, it grabs people's attention or it just has that one little thing. And next thing you know, it's snowball. So that's what I'm banking on, you know? As a matter of fact.
Well, I wouldn't bank on it, but I'm hoping for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, Fred, is I'm going to do something different today. I'm not going to do the whole hour show because I'd rather get out because now we have the Breeder X banners, all right? So right here, they just arrived. Richard brought them in, FedEx or whatever it was, you know. And so I'd rather get out, put these banners on my truck, and get around LA and go park somewhere over the freeway or something and get some, you know, attention for this project. So I'm going to do a 30-minute show today. You know, we just cut Conversations with a Pitbull in half today. And also that way I'll be able to go ahead and get this up on Facebook and everybody can see it and know tonight is the night. This is Breeder X premiere New Year's Eve party, man. So it's time. So thank you, sir. Wait a minute. Before I go, let me give you the last, 3, 4, 5 minutes to talk about what's happening in the pit bull legal world? Besides that great show you had last week.
There are some interesting things that have been being talked about. The first thing is that Hector, who is one of the Vic dogs, has been declining, and they have been posting, trying to get. They've been deciding to, put him to sleep and then changing their mind, and I know how hard that is. But he's got cancer, and they're trying to just let him live out his last days with the most fullest quality of life he can have.
Right.
So I met Hector, and he was the sweetest dog. He is the sweetest dog, and he was in the same house as Wallace, who's passed on also. So I'm hoping that Wallace meets him in the pearly gates, and they both go off and have the greatest life after that.
Where was that? And he's in Ohio or something?
He's in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Drew Yuri lives in Minnesota, and that's it. The other thing that I find interesting is, the NFL is getting all excited about and all this turmoil about domestic violence. But it's interesting that they're not getting involved in animal cruelty. And there has been some discussion on the internet about, okay, it's kind of like you're getting to the problem after it's already gotten bad. If they would start with animal cruelty, maybe would never get to domestic violence, because there's a huge connection between domestic violence and animal cruelty. And I think they cited the statistic that 71% of women who go to the shelters to be protected have said that their boyfriends have threatened their pets.
Wow. As
a prelude to domestic violence. So you've got Michael Vick fighting dogs. You've got LaShawn Shelton, who was arrested for dog fighting. And there was a guy named Rondy Barber, who's a football player, who was quoted saying, everybody in the NFL knows someone who's been to a dog fight.
Wow. So that's scary.
I think that to me, I'd like to see them get on that issue as well, because I think, we all know, and it doesn't need any kind of big brain person to know, that a lot of the serial killers, Jeffrey Dahmer, all these other guys started out by dissecting animals and torturing animals and all that stuff, and then it just moved over into the human realm. So if there's a lot of domestic violence in the NFL, then they ought to look at dog fighting, animal cruelty, and try and put that in place too as a flag.
That's interesting. Yeah, Fred. On that note, did you see how I kind of foreshadowed? Was that effective in Breeder? That connection exactly that you're talking about?
I don't think we got to know enough about who the other people were yet.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait a minute. Because what I sent, did that one have the voiceover during the cages when I'm walking in? What I sent you, did it have that part added in?
I think I'm not 100%
about
sure,
that.
I don't know what was in it or what
Oh, okay. Yeah. But My Father's Effect is on.
Yes, I did see Your Father's Effect.
Yeah.
So yes, that's a foreshadowing of how you became
the person
interested in the subject.
Right. And that's
but to me, that's not a foreshadowing of the connection between, unless we learn more about you as time goes on.
That's exactly.
Obviously, we don't know yet.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's what's gonna.
So that's for the future.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why they have to tune in and stay with us on Breeder X, because that's where it goes. That's interesting, when you say the NFL, because here's a huge worldwide organization, and you're right. They're coming in on the late train on the whole domestic violence. And so that's one of our targets. Once Breeder hits and, after today and it's out there, we'll be able to approach the NFL because,
Well, I was just shocked. I have to tell you, I'm not in the NFL, and I really don't know anybody in the NFL, and I don't really know when I was in college, I knew a lot of football players. I knew that, a lot of they can be violent when they're, when they're out there on Saturday or Sunday, or they're beating people to a pulp.
Yeah.
To expect a person who's learned to deal with things that way to become cerebral and detached when they lose their temper is probably not a legitimate, sort of thought to have.
Right.
But I was shocked when the guy Rondy Barber was quoted as saying everybody in the NFL knows someone who's been to a dogfight. That was shocking to me.
That's scary.
Because that goes way further than, well, we got Michael Vick and we got this other guy. That means it's a lot more prevalent than even I ever imagined.
Now, was that something recently that he said?
Yeah, it's been in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
I read that article.
Wow, and was that a conversation related to Michael Vick's situation with? Because I know he's with
It was a conversation related about domestic violence and animal cruelty in the NFL. It was a whole. It was on the Huffington Post.
I have to definitely.
So
I can pull that up today.
Check it out. It's still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's discussing this the connection and how how obvious it is to everyone, and that there ought to be some kind of policy about that also.
That is absolutely right. I mean, it's interesting, Fred. See, there you go, man. You always come with the latest and the greatest on the cutting edge news. Nothing slips by you there, buddy. So unless you have anything else, I'm gonna show again the trailer of Breeder X, maybe do a commercial for our sponsor, Pitbull Energy Drink, and we're gonna get out of here and say thank you so much, Mr. Cray, for your knowledge and support of the effort, man. And tonight, midnight, we'll see how the public starts responding, and everybody check Facebook and YouTube and all of the stuff, and let's see what the comments are about. And don't forget to tweet it and twit it and Instagram it and, do all of the things that you guys do. Because, damn it, I'm tired. I've tried. I need help, okay? Paul Archer, you get better, baby, okay? Because, you made it to the end. It's been a team effort. Everybody out there, thank you. Cheryl, everybody. And hey, Drayton's music's in it too, Fred, just so you know. And or if it's not Drayton's, it's Fuzzy Trigger. So, see you in a minute. And Richard, thanks for coming in. Gloria, I know you're over there, but you're not. Thank you for coming. We'll see you guys next week. Breeder X, go see it.
Dad, what's for dinner?
Whoever came up with the term man's best friend, they couldn't have picked a better group of words to put together.
I've watched things in the human-animal interaction remain the same for years. Nothing has changed. Abusers, breeders, dog fighters maim and torture creatures who can't protect themselves. 1 month ago, I picked 3 of the worst animal abuse cases that I could find. I used these people to test my theory. But the abusers got treated like the dogs they tortured.
Pardon me, I'm Detective Will.
Detective Smith.
You're kidding, right?
You want to go to jail today?
Herbie.
Boy, I told you about that dog.
The dog fight's going on.
There ain't no snitch, bro. I don't know nothing.
1 hour and a half of fucking my dog, Carly.